Hello, friends. Welcome back to Learning Nails and Aesthetics. We are in the Milady Nail Book, Chapter 2, General Anatomy and Physiology. Keep in mind, I am not AI, so mistakes will be made. Just laugh along with me. Don't forget to check out my other videos and comment, like, share, and subscribe. Name the parts of the nervous system. The nervous system is an exceptionally well-organized body system composed of the brain, spinal cord, and nerves that is responsible for controlling and coordinating all other systems inside and outside of the body and making them work harmoniously and efficiently. Every square inch of the human body is supplied with fine fibers known as nerves. There are over 100 billion nerve cells, known as neurons, in the body. The scientific study of the structure, function, and pathology of the nervous system is known as neurology. Nervous system. How is it important? Understanding the function of nerves will help you perform massage treatments by being mindful of your touch, of pressure, and of pain receptors located in the hands, arms, legs, and feet. An understanding of how nerves work will help you perform services in a more proficient manner when administering massage techniques during manicures and pedicures. It will also help you understand the effects of these treatments have on the body as a whole. Now, I did forget to say we're starting on page 33, or did I say that? If I did, I said it again. Divisions of the nervous system. The nervous system as a whole is divided into three main subdivisions. Figure 2-18. The central nervous system, CNS, consists of the brain, spinal cord, spinal nerves, and cranial nerves. It controls consciousness and many mental activities. Voluntary functions of the five senses: seeing, hearing, feeling, smelling, and tasting. The voluntary muscle actions, including all body movements and facial expressions. The peripheral nervous system is a system of nerves that connects the peripheral, which are the outer parts of the body, to the CNS. It has both sensory and motor nerves. Its function is to carry impulses or messages to and from the CNS. The autonomic nervous system, ANS, is the part of the nervous system that controls the involuntary muscles. It regulates the action of the smooth muscles, glands, blood vessels, heart, and even normal breathing. Activity. Push the plate. There are sensory nerve endings in the nail bed, underneath the nail plate, which are specialized to detect pressure on the nail plate. Push down on your nail plate. Do you feel the pressure as these sensitive nerve endings are activated and send impulses back to the brain? The brain and spinal cord. The brain is the largest and most complex nerve tissue in the body. It is contained in the cranium and weighs a little less than 3 pounds on average. It controls sensation, muscles, the activity of the glands, and the power to think, sense, and feel. It sends and receives messages through 12 pairs of cranial nerves that originate in the brain and reach the various parts of the head, face, and neck. The spinal cord is the portion of the CNS that originates in the brain, extends down to the lower extremity of the trunk, and is protected by the spinal column. 31 pairs of spinal nerves extending from the spinal cord are distributed to the muscles and skin of the trunk and limbs. Nerve cell structure and function. A neuron, or nerve cell, is the primary structural unit of the nervous system. It is composed of the cell body, nucleus, dendrites, and axon. Dendrites are tree-like branches of nerve fibers extending from the nerve cell that carry impulses toward the cell and receive impulses from other neurons. The axon and axon terminal send impulses away from the cell body to other neurons, glands, or muscles. Figure 2-19. Nerves are whitish cords made up of bundles of nerve fibers held together by connective tissue through which impulses are transmitted. Nerves have their origin in the brain and spinal cord and send their branches to all parts of the body. Types of nerves: sensory nerves, or afferent nerves, carry impulses or messages from the sense organs to the brain, where sensations of touch, cold, heat, sight, hearing, taste, smell, pain, and pressure are experienced. Receptors are sensory nerve endings located close to the surface of the skin. If the skin on the hand is burned by a hot object, the skin receptors send impulses through the sensory nerves to the brain to warn of potential danger. Motor nerves, or efferent nerves. I don't like this "or" thing. How about just naming it one thing? Carry impulses from the brain to the muscles or glands. The transmitted impulses produce movement. A reflex is an automatic reaction to a stimulus that involves the movement of an impulse from a sensory receptor along the sensory nerve to the spinal cord. A responsive impulse is sent along a motor neuron to a muscle, causing a reaction, such as the quick removal of the hand from a hot object. Reflexes do not have to be learned. They are automatic. And in figure 2-19, the neuron or nerve cell has a drawing of dendrites, the nucleus, the cell body, and the axon. Did you know the nail bed may be able to detect small changes in applied pressure, but it lacks nerve endings that specialize in detecting heat? The nail bed cannot feel heat unless it becomes excessive enough to damage these delicate tissues. Therefore, nail technicians must be especially cautious to avoid excessive heat caused by friction, such as the over-aggressive filing of the nail plate. By the time a client notices the heat buildup, it may be too late, and nail bed damage may already have occurred. Friction, burn injuries can cause the client's nail bed to release parts of the nail plate and create an open space underneath, a condition known as onycholysis. Definitely going to have to work on that word. Onycholysis. Onycholysis. That sounds right. Onycholysis. Definitely not AI. Nerves of the arm and hand. The principal nerves supplying the superficial parts of the arm and hand are as follows. Digital nerve. I only had 1 cup of coffee today so far. Digital nerve with its branches supplies the fingers. Radial nerve with its branches supplies the thumb side of the arm and back of the hand. Median nerve, a smaller nerve than the ulnar and radial nerve that with its branches supplies the arm and hand. Ulnar nerve with its branches affects the little finger side of the arm and palm of the hand. Figure 2-20 has a picture of an arm marking the median nerve and the ulnar nerve with the thumb facing upwards. Then under that is a picture of another arm with the thumb facing down, marking the radial nerve, if you're just listening. Nerves of the lower leg and foot. The tibial nerve, a division of the sciatic nerve, passes behind the knee. It subdivides and supplies impulses to the knee, the muscles of the calf, the skin of the leg, and the sole, heel, and underside of the toes. The common perineal nerve, perineal, also a division of the sciatic nerve, extends from behind the knee to around the head of the fibula to the front of the leg, where it divides into two branches. The deep perineal nerve, also known as the anterior tibial nerve, extends down the front of the leg behind the muscles. It supplies impulses to the muscles and also to the muscles and skin on the top of the foot and adjacent sides of the first and second toes. The superficial perineal nerve, also known as the muscle ocutaneous nerve, extends down the leg just under the skin, supplying the impulses to the muscles and the skin of the leg, as well as to the skin and toes on the top of the foot, where it is called the dorsal nerve. Or, here we go with the O again, dorsal cutaneous nerve. The symphinous, we're going with symphinous nerve. Supplies impulses to the skin of the inner side of the leg and foot. The cerebral nerve supplies impulses to the skin on the outer side and back of the foot and leg. We will be doing the glossary of this chapter, so the pronunciation, we'll work on that. Figure 2-2-1 shows nerves of the leg and foot, pointing out the back of the leg, the tibial nerve, and another tibial nerve closer to the ankle. And then around the knee is the common perineal nerve. And around the calf muscle, superficial perineal nerve. And then with the picture of a leg facing mostly forward, the femoral nerve, sciatic nerve, and the saphenous nerve, and the dorsal nerve on the top of the foot. Okay, check in. What are the two types of nerves? Describe the nerves that affect the leg and feet. Recognize how the circulatory system affects the skin of the hands and feet. The circulatory system also refers to the cardiovascular system or vascular system. Controls the steady circulation of the blood through the body by means of the heart and blood vessels. The circulatory system is made up of two divisions. The blood vascular system, which consists of the heart, arteries, veins, and capillaries that distribute blood throughout the body. The lymph vascular system, or lymphatic system, which acts as an aid to the blood system and consists of the lymph spaces. Lymphatics, which are lymph vessels, lymph nodes, which are special structures found inside the lymphatic vessels that filter lymph, and other structures. Lymph is a clear fluid that circulates throughout the lymphatics of the body, where it helps to carry waste and impurities away from the cells and is routed back into the circulatory system. It's one of the reasons facial massage is very important. Or gua sha, we'll go over that in another video. Circulatory system. Why is this important? The circulatory system plays a huge role in nourishing, oxygenating, and cleansing all the systems at the cellular level. The circulatory system also helps regulate the body's temperature. With a thorough understanding as a nail technician, you'll be able to discuss client concerns about cold hands and feet, as well as recognize potential contraindications for service. The heart is often referred to as the body's pump. It is a muscular, cone-shaped organ that keeps the blood moving within the circulatory system. It is enclosed by a double-layered membranous sac known as the pericardium, which is made of epithelial tissue and gives protection against infection and provides lubrication for the heart. Figure 2-2-2 is the circulatory system head and forelimbs, anterior vena cava, lungs, and it points out where the CO2 goes in and the O2 goes out, pulmonary artery, a lung, pulmonary vein, hepatic vein, aorta, heart, liver, stomach, kidneys. If you have time and you're able to, it's worth looking at that on page 38, figure 2-22. The heart is the approximate size of a closed fist, weighs approximately 9 ounces, and is located in the chest cavity. The heartbeat is regulated by the vagus nerve and other nerves in the ANS. A normal adult heart beats about 20. Where'd I get 20? I know my eyes are watery, but they're not that watery. 20 times per minute would be a real problem. Heart beats about 60 to 80 times per minute, but it can beat as high as 100 times per minute. 20. The interior of the heart contains 4 chambers and 4 valves. The upper thin-walled chambers are which blood is pumped to the ventricles. The 2 lower thick-walled chambers are the right ventricle, one of the 2 lower chambers of the heart, and left ventricle. Valves are structures that temporarily close a passage or permit blood flow in only one direction. With each contraction and relaxation of the heart, the blood flows in, travels from the atria, plural of atrium, to the ventricles, and is then driven out to be distributed all over the body. The blood is in constant and continuous circulation from the time it leaves the heart until it returns to the heart. 2 systems attend to the circulation. Pulmonary circulation sends the blood from the heart to the lungs to be purified, then back to the heart again. Systemic circulation, or general circulation, carries the blood from the heart throughout the body and back to the heart. The following is an overview of how these systems work. Systemic circulation, I just read that. Again, with the watery eyes, I lost my spot. There's a little gnat flying around. Deoxygenated blood flows from the body into the right atrium. From the right atrium, it flows through the tricuspid valve into the right ventricle. The right ventricle pumps the blood to the pulmonary arteries, which move the deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Then the blood reacts. When the blood reaches the lungs, it releases waste gases, carbon dioxide, and replaces it with oxygen. The body is then considered to be rich in oxygen. The oxygen-rich blood returns to the heart through the pulmonary veins and enters the left atrium. From the left atrium, the blood flows through the mitral valve or bicuspid valve into the left ventricle. The blood then leaves the left ventricle and travels to all parts of the body. And that'll do it for this video. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. I hope you found this helpful. I will continue this book as well as the Milady Aesthetics book. I believe I have finished the Milady Foundations book. I may go back through that one and do all of the questions that they have. It's laid out the same way as this one when it has the check-ins and ask questions at the end of the sections. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. I will do it for all of the books. And I may start reading other books, just fun things, about skin health and maybe some herbs and tea that are beneficial to your skin. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.